Julius Maada Bio, and it really got me infuriated. All right, and which is why I want to share this with you. This tweet was a couple of days back. Julius Maada Bio says, "I am absolutely thrilled to have received a prestigious award from the Children's Forum Network. This recognition highlights my government's unwavering dedication to improving the lives of children and championing their rights, ensuring a brighter and safer future for them all. I firmly believe that investing in our children is the ultimate key to unlocking a prosperous Sierra Leone." What an incredible honor. So these are the photos of these kids that came to State House. And this is what I want to do. History is important, you know. So I'm going to share this, and this is for the parents of these kids to share with these kids, so they can see and know exactly who they are dealing with. Because you see, what is happening in Africa, history is not respected. These people only respect the history that benefits them. But the bad and terrible historical past that they have, it's being buried, and we should not allow these past of these guys to be buried. We have a responsibility to ensure that these children know exactly who Julius Maada Bio is, in the Bio name as a whole in Sierra Leone, what they represent. They have to know. I know it's been over 20, 30 years, but we have to share this. So when I saw this, I got very infuriated when I saw this tweet. So I said, okay, I have to do something about this. And therefore, what I want to do for the parents of these kids and for these children, I want to show you guys what President Ahmed Tijan Kaba said back in 1996 about Julius Maada Bio, and how, you know, that history needs to be shown and it needs to be heard. Because the reason why Maada Bio is in power in the first place, it bothers me when people like Anes Koroma know exactly that Julius Maada Bio should not have been in power. So therefore, this is why I'm doing this live. It's going to be quick. It's 8 o'clock. It's late. It's about time for me to go to bed. Well, not even go to bed, but settle down, you know, pretty much. But I want to do this because I feel like it's really important for me to do this. And like we said again, history is very important in Sierra Leone. So without much ado, let me show you a video that President Ahmed Tijan Kaba did back in 1996 to substantiate why Julius Maada Bio actually overthrew Strasser. This is just one part of the many, you know, various parts that I can come from as far as Maada Bio's history with everything that has happened in Sierra Leone. But I'm going to take it from this angle for the sake of these children and their parents to refresh everybody's memory, because they pretend as if they don't know. They know. So we have to bring this out and share for the ones that don't know, because Africans don't respect history. The only history Africans respect is the one that benefits them. But the real history of what has actually happened for some of these people, because people like Maada Bio should be ashamed. Maada Bio should have no place in Sierra Leone. It's unfortunate that even Sierra Leoneans accepted Maada Bio and allowed Maada Bio to come back and contest another elections. President Nkrumah, the people of Sierra Leone would judge you, and God would judge you, because it was not right for the things that Maada Bio has done, and his family, his sister, the things that they did to Sierra Leone, for him to come back and contest another elections. And now we're seeing him being ECOWAS chairman, all that nonsense is representing Sierra Leone after they stole the elections of June 24th, 2023. So without much ado, let me share this video of Ahmed Tijan Kaba at the United Nations, what he said about Julius Maada Bio and the real reason why he overthrew Strasser, Captain Strasser at the time. Let me play this for you guys.
In January 1996, in the middle of the preparations for the elections, Brigadier Maada Bio forced Captain Valentine Strasser out of office as chairman of the MPRC and immediately launched a campaign to postpone the elections. The banner of that campaign was Peace Before Elections. A national consultative conference comprising representatives of political parties, the army, the police, trade unions, women's organizations, the churches and mosques, and other organizations of civil society, was convened in February 1996 to pronounce on the matter. I should add that in attendance were also representatives of the international community. The overwhelming majority of the delegates to the conference supported the holding of the elections. Incidentally, the Revolutionary United Front was invited to participate in the democratic process, clearly illustrating its attitude towards legitimate democratic principles and procedures. The RUF categorically refused to honor the said invitation. And so
I wanted you guys to see that. All right? I wanted you guys to see that part. Let me go back. Sorry guys, I'm going to start all over from the top. I don't know what interrupted the video.
In January 1996, in the middle of the preparations for the elections, Brigadier Maada Bio forced Captain Valentine Strasser out of office as chairman of the MPRC and immediately launched a campaign to postpone the elections. The banner of that campaign was Peace Before Elections. A national consultative conference comprising representatives of political parties, the army, the police, trade unions, women's organizations, the churches and mosques, and other organizations of civil society was convened in February 1996 to pronounce on the matter. I should add that in attendance were also representatives of the international community. The overwhelming majority of the delegates to the conference supported the holding of the elections. Incidentally, the Revolutionary United Front was invited to participate in the democratic process, clearly illustrating its attitude towards legitimate democratic principles and procedures. The RUF categorically refused to honor the said invitation.
But the fact of the matter is this. You've heard from President Kaba himself saying that Maada Bio overthrew Strasser because Maada Bio did not want the elections to move on. I don't want you to miss the point here, but this is the history of Julius Maada Bio. When he told us that in 1996 he overthrew Strasser because Strasser did not want to conduct elections, that was a big lie. The only reason why Julius Maada Bio overthrew Captain Strasser at the time was because, again, the Mende hegemony, the southeastern hegemony, they had to keep power. He did not want to hand over power himself. And because Strasser promised to hand over power peacefully to a democratically civilian-led government, Julius Maada Bio and co. did not want that. This has to be said. These facts have to be told. This is why it's very crucial. And I want you guys to hear that. Now, I want to show you something. Because, again, the RUF refused to join. Why? Because Julius Maada Bio's sister, this lady right here, all right? So like I said again, that was his sister, Agnes Bio, who, he named after, of course, his daughter, who's now with Boleos, the drug lord, right? But this was what Tijan Kaba said at the time. And this was corroborated. If you want to know more about Agnes Bio and what she did, I can go take you back to Abbas Bundu's book real quick.